Hey guys, welcome back to the Taste of Sport podcast number 4 now because we're super consistent like that. Today we're going to start off by talking about Antonio Brown and then moving on to pretty much the entire state of California.
The entire state of California.
In sports form, so.
The first topic is the most interesting in all of sports at the moment.
So where do you want to start with Antonio Brown? With the Steelers, I suppose?
Let's start from where he first started being the issue in the NFL, which was forcing his trade out of... That wasn't even the issue. It wasn't the issue they wanted to force his trade out of.
No, the issue they had was his relationship with Ben Roethlisberger.
And the rest of them.
Mainly Ben, though.
And they said, I saw something about it as well. Cause you know the way he went on to do the stuff with his mustache and being all weird in the videos? Someone said, you know Vontaze Burfict, the linebacker who was at the Bengals, he got suspended for like massively hitting people all the time, like illegal hits. He got hit in I think it's in week 3 or something, or whenever they played the Bengals early enough. He got hit with Burfict tackled Brown, like I think helmet to helmet contact, and they said after that they're saying that could be why he's being so weird. That he's getting literally...
What, did Burfict give him brain damage?
He's getting brain disability from it.
Jesus.
Which is obviously, because then it's obviously not true, but that's an interesting...
It would explain a lot.
It would explain a lot.
I don't...
They said straight after that week, it's why it took so long for it to get so weird. And now he's even weirder.
I mean, he still put up solid stats of the year, so
he still, but then the brain damage takes a while to get
there. Yeah, true.
So I think it's ideal.
Wears you down over time.
He might have brain damage. And then it's 4 straight out, which is fine. But now we had frostbite, which was going into a cryogenic
chamber.
Is it that? It's cryotherapy anyway.
Yeah.
So he went into that without socks on. Without socks on.
And people are saying, like, one of the main dangers of going into that is if you go in your own socks. Because, like, if you have, like, sweaty socks on, then the water freezes. And obviously that'll fuck your feet up. But he went in with no socks on.
It's just you make what?
They're supposed to give you 2 layers of socks to put on as well.
They're extra big socks that you go into it. It's just your legs are supposed to be bare, and even then it's minus 200 degrees, and you're stepping in there without socks on, and your whole livelihood is based off I have really good feet.
Yeah, and he just went to the Raiders and became temporarily the highest paid receiver in the league, and then he went and froze his feet off.
So that was the first issue with the Raiders. So you're damaging your team first of all, because they're always on about how like straight away came into practice. He elevated the team, is what Gruden said.
Yeah,
everyone played better, but then
somehow Gruden's still saying good things about him.
I think he has to. I think he hates doing it. Yeah. I think he hates having to be nice about it.
Probably wants to rip him.
He's a stand by him, which is not what Gruden usually does. Like he had Keyshawn Johnson years ago to Tampa Bay Bucks, and I think he was there for 2 weeks. He's causing problems, so he cut him. And he was one of the best young wide receivers in the league at the time, and he cut him because he was an issue.
Yeah, and I think he knows what he has with Antonio Brown as well too, so he can't just.
It's just
do that.
In a weird enough situation in the first place. He's making it weirder because it's not an issue with Gruden yet. They're gonna start fighting at some stage if he keeps being weird. Yeah. And it's going to be like a T.O. situation or Chad Johnson, Ochocinco, who's unbelievable, and eventually he just started getting weird, doing weird stuff, getting in trouble. And I think they're roughly around the same age when they're doing it. So it's not an issue yet from what Gruden's saying, but it's going to be an issue. But going to be an argument between him and Gruden at some stage. Yeah. And then there's going to be arguments between him and Derek Carr. And then Derek Carr's probably going to get arguments with Gruden at some stage. So I think, unless this gets nipped in the bud before the start of the season, if Amos carries on into the regular season, their season's completely fucked from the first day.
And Antonio Brown has a lot of potential to make this team much, much better.
He could easily make them a playoff team.
Yeah, because he could even make Derek Carr look good.
I like Derek Carr, but I know he did. It's great. He's making it very hard for the team more so than just himself. Yeah, it's going to go from you're making the team better to you're making the team worse.
Yeah, and he's already giving the team a bad image, kind of, just because they have to stand by him no matter what he's doing at the moment.
Even stuff, and then his helmet was the next thing. His helmet was. Well, see, I can't get too mad at him about it because they let him wear it for 9 years. They said it's outdated about 9 or 10 years.
Yeah, but I think it as well as. I don't know if it's just this season, but they have a new helmet regulations now where everyone's getting different types of helmets.
I saw Tom said
and he just wanted to keep his old one.
I saw Brady said he's like, I don't want to wear it, but I have to, which is kind of a dig at him. Yeah. But it's just weird that like, all of a sudden it's outdated. Like it's been outdated a while because it's a horrendous helmet. Yeah. It's a proper old. There's no say. It's a big clunky helmet. It's small, but like they say it's even worse because it's so small. It's shaped perfectly around his head. So if he gets hit in the head, it's going to hurt a lot worse.
Yeah, I think they're trying to crack down on the whole head injuries and head protection thing now.
So why would you keep? I don't.
Eventually.
Why would you want it? I don't understand it. I think it's because he can see better. Is what he's saying. He can't see.
But surely you can just get a new one and like customize it so that
you can customize a cage on it.
or whatever.
So all you have to do is customize a cage.
Exactly.
So he's making a big deal out of nothing really.
Yeah.
And it's almost like we said about he might retire from football. Yeah. It's almost like he wants to get out of it already. Yeah. He thinks he's made enough money. He can
either that or just create drama, which is just
good. It's just horrendous.
Raiders, really.
It's just such a thing to happen now before they go to Vegas. He's perfect. He's perfect and the worst person for the situation.
Yep.
Because he's going to make all this drama, which is going to make the team worse. But then it's good for clicks and television and stuff because Vegas it's going to be even bigger in Vegas then.
But you also can't even say that it's like a personal thing that he has with the helmet that he wanted to keep it, because he then went on Twitter and asked if people could find him the perfect helmet.
Yeah, it's you'd wonder if the Raiders told him to do something like that.
Yeah.
Just to get like more publicity for the team, and is it better for the team to have it? I don't like what he's doing anyway.
It's a very weird situation.
He's not the kind of person that would fit in with the Patriots, and he shouldn't fit in anywhere. He shouldn't be getting away with it. I don't think he will for much longer.
Yeah, imagine if he was doing that shit with the Patriots.
He would have been dropped week one, no matter who it is. He's dropped week one. Like Randy Moss was an asshole before he came to the Patriots. Calm down. Corey Dillon was an asshole before he came. Chad Johnson didn't really work out with us. Who else was there? So many players came to the Patriots, just copped on when he got to us.
Yeah, the Raiders just seem to be letting him do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's not like it's like they went before in like the 80s and 70s and 80s. They had an image, and the last few years they haven't had an image. But he's going to give them the wrong image the way he's going with it. Yeah. Like they're the kind of team that have all this drama, but they're not winning games. Like they're a team that if he's not playing, they're going to win 3 games this year. Yeah, at most, because they have no talent on the defense.
What was their record last year? Not great.
Was it 3 or 4? I think 4 wins there last year. 4-12. I think off the top of my head is what he had. So he's not going to make. He should be making the team 100 times better, but he's going to make it worse if he keeps going.
And he is the only the biggest change to the team. They haven't really done much else.
No, they drafted Jonathan Abrams as safety, which is we go to the defensive side of it because it was just the worst part of their team.
Yeah.
Jonathan Abrams, it looks fantastic. He looks like another Cam Chancellor the way he's playing. Then they got I think Cleveland Ferrell from Clemson, the defensive end.
Did they get him?
He's a 4th pick. Everyone said he's gone too early, and he looks like he's gone too early because people are saying he's a good leader and weird stuff like this. Like he's apparently not jumping out at you as a 4th pick. So they look at they could have missed again on defense there. And then they have Fontes Perfect, who's I think he might be suspended the first 4 games again.
No, jeez.
I'm not sure if he's starting the season. So their defense hasn't got any better again. So they're really hoping that
they're relying on him to make the difference in the team.
Yeah, it's going to be a Tampa Bay Bucks kind of thing where they want to score 90 points a game to win a game.
Yeah.
Or the Chiefs where they're getting caught out a lot as well.
Imagine the yards he's going to get as well.
He should if he plays.
Yeah.
If his feet are okay.
Oh god.
That's the worst thing.
Didn't Gruden also say that his feet won't affect his status for week 1 as well? But
that's not. It's
and he's taking snaps on the field and everything, but that's got to be sore.
He keeps saying my feet are killing me. Like they are killing me.
Yeah.
So you might get. It's almost like it's going to make the NBA where they have to rest him. Like he's going to have to be instead of getting 20 plays a game, he might get 10, 15 plays a game, and they could be he might be so sore by the end of the 4th quarter when they need him that he can't play. Yeah. And that's what you think about. It's frostbite. It's not.
It's an extra thing that they have to manage with him.
Yeah, you'd rather he broke a bone.
Yeah.
Because you could fix that straight away. Frostbite might never come back properly. He might never feel his feet properly again. Like the nerves could be there's so many things go wrong with frostbite, and he's Tony toe tap. How are you going to Tony toe tap? You can't feel your toes. So he just wrecks my tits. No. And then we found out today about
the chef.
Yeah.
Not really 100% sure on what went on there, but it was that they had he hosted a Pro Bowl party last year, and he had a chef come. I don't know if it was to the house that he hired out for a while or something, or whether it was to his house. But he had a chef come there, and then he randomly terminated the contract, I think. So he didn't pay him, and then he wouldn't let the chef come back and get all his cooking equipment, so the chef couldn't then go on and do other cooking jobs. So now he's being sued. What, 40 grand?
40 grand, he said. And you said it was he had other clients he could have went to, NFL players he could have went to that weekend, and he couldn't go to them because of the equipment.
Yeah.
It's
just weird that you wouldn't even let him come back and get the equipment. Why would you bother holding his equipment?
That's weird. Came out now because he'd all this bad shit, and then Oakland played. They play Friday night. it was Thursday night I think they played. And there's like a picture of like video of him and like signing and hugging fans at the end of the game, young fans that are crying and stuff. And everyone's saying, oh, he's fine now, everything's turned completely. And now this comes out again straight away after. It's like they're waiting to see if it's just a weird situation having him.
It's very weird.
And you'd hope, because of how good he is, you hope and how interesting he'll make the season, see the Raiders try and make a run with him.
Yeah.
You wanted to work out, no matter if you're a Raiders fan or not a Raiders fan, you wanted to work out for a season. Yeah. Just to see how it goes, because he's that kind of talent. He can completely turn around a franchise.
I'd personally just love to see what kind of numbers he could put up if he played.
And how to use him, because
proper amount that he could.
Yeah, and now it's going to be a whole thing of, can he change his game? Like how he's known for being a great route. He's not going to be as fast as he was anymore. I think he's 30 years of age. So he's not going to be as fast anymore. His straight line speed isn't there. So his thing was cutting. His route running is good. His changes are good. I don't know how you're going to do that after Frostbite.
I didn't actually realise that he'd been in the league so long. When I was looking up stuff about him earlier, I saw that his rookie year was 2012, I think it was.
Yeah, I think
no idea he was in there that long.
Yeah, he's about 30, so give or take 30.
Yeah.
So he's coming to, like, his wide receiver age is coming to the end of it.
And his main thing back in the day was punt returns, so that was all speed.
Yeah, and
that's going to be going.
Yeah, so he has still his hands and all that, but you want, like, I don't like Gruden's way of offense. I even though offense is his baby, that's his main thing is offense. Yeah. I don't see how if Brown can't do his cuts and stuff, I can't see Brown working at all. I can see him not out of the league, but kind of having to go somewhere else in a year or two and like taking less money. If that's worst case scenario, if he doesn't come back proper this season.
Yeah, I think there's a lot riding on how his feet recover now.
Yeah, it's a completely.
It's a stupid thing that shouldn't even be a worry, because that shouldn't happen in the first place. But now it's like his whole season, and possibly the Raiders' whole season, depends on his feet.
Yeah, it's not. He's not like a tight end where he can go from, like Gronk went from catching tight end to a blocking tight end. Yeah. He's a wide receiver. He can't go to a blocking wide receiver.
All he can do to produce is run and catch.
So it just, I hope it works out.
Yeah, for the love of God.
He's either going to make he's hell or heaven really for him. They either go 100% better or they go stay bad.
Yeah,
which is horrible to think of, especially with how much they gave up. Like they gave
up picks for him, wasn't it? Just loads of picks.
I can't remember what it was, but like they got rid of contracts really, because they got rid of Cooper's contract and they got rid of him.
Yeah,
and they got rid of Khalil Mack, who you saw is the second highest paid defensive player ever. Because Donald came in straight after him. Yeah. So they gave up a load of money so he can come in and get money. So they basically tanked last year, just kind of hoping he'd come.
Yeah.
So it's
and then they got him and he burned his feet.
froze his feet. So it's again it's up to him. It's literally up to him how he comes back.
Yeah.
Because he can't ride anyone else's stage. He blamed the Steelers last year and it was unbelievable with them last year.
Yeah.
He had issues with them. Now he's the issue, fully the issue this year.
Yeah.
Like people
the only thing that I can even think of that I respect with him, that I do really respect, is that he still put up huge numbers with the Steelers,
and he hated them
despite hating them all, and he didn't just like maybe sit out or just not try.
Yeah, it's weird. Last year it didn't start the year him having an issue. That's the thing. But then when he got issue, he's still, like, everyone says he's the hardest working player you might ever see. So it's
weird that he goes from, like, if you think about it, that you say a player hated where he was, but still played like one of the best receivers in the league, and now he has the chance to be on his own, the star, and now he's doing all this weird shit.
And he's where he apparently wanted to be.
It's like a weird flip. It makes no sense.
He's literally the fellow who kind of should just let his play do the talking.
Yeah.
Now he's doing his talking do the talking.
Yeah.
So he's not putting himself in a good position at all.
No.
I think that's all he could be saying AB at the moment, because you have to wait to see what he goes.
We need to see week 1 and
if he's there.
Yeah.
Because
if he has feet.
I really
wait for him to come in like shoes that are like 3 sizes too big, because he's bandages around his feet or some shit.
I don't like it.
Good God.
He's losing a lot of fans.
Yeah.
The way he's going about it. And now, speaking of California, where there's openings in California, we can move on to. Basically, it's a good segue into how, like, the stars they have in California now. More so LA.
And just the domination of sports in LA, because they have so many teams in so many sports. Yeah. And they're actually, like, somewhere at the top of the game as well. They're not just chilling.
And they've underachieved, really. Even though, like, the last 2 years kind of they've popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, a lot of the teams, to be fair, are just new.
Like the Rams. Like, what year did the Rams come in back to LA? Because they were there before, but.
Yeah, LA Rams are 2 years in
2016, I think, was it?
Oh no, the Chargers have been 2 years, and the Rams have had 3 seasons.
3 seasons back in LA.
Yeah.
And I'm still not happy with the Chargers coming to LA. They should stay in San Diego.
Yeah.
But they have, like, and you think about, like, say the last two, say when Rams first came, I'm sure they were a losing record. They didn't have Goff, and I can't remember who was there in 2015 when they came. But now, like, last 2 years, McVay came in. They blew up into one of the most dominant teams in the league.
Gurley's
Donald,
a huge part of that.
Gurley, Donald, fucking Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods. Their defense now they got Eric Weddle this year, who I really like. They really struggled coverage last season. They weren't. You could beat them over. You couldn't beat them mouth to mouth, but you went over the top on them.
Yeah.
It was basically you've beaten them. Just want to say we just got an alert there that I just want to put in there. Cedric Benson, the old running back for the Bears and Bengals, passed away. He passed away in a motorcycle accident. So I just want to say rest in peace to him, because he was a beast. So I just want to put that in there because I think he deserves respect, and rest in peace to him and all thoughts to his family. Because he's only 36. So
he's only 36. Jesus, how long has he been out of the league? Not long.
He's been gone a while. He might have been 28 or 29 when he came out the league.
Oh.
Yeah. He probably took a lot of beatings because he's a downhill runner. He's not taking his thing for longer.
Downhill runner like Todd Gurley, you might say.
But slower. A lot slower. But yeah, back to LA, because I just want to put it in there. Yeah, LA just, especially, but more so this season, because like the Chargers, like we said, they haven't been to the playoffs since 2013 to last year. And all of a sudden they got, like, their defense, they got Derwin James, Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa, I think Brandon Williams is on the defensive line. There's Desmond King, they have Casey Hayward Jr. They have all these players popped. It's like the Browns, but like Browns rebuild, but 90 miles an hour faster. And in the offense they got Melvin Gordon, who's still holding out, which could really fuck up their season next year.
The Patriots knock them out
last season
in the playoffs?
Yeah, beat them in the division round last year.
So the Patriots put both the LA teams out.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
We put everybody out in the AFC, doesn't matter. And the NFC, because Rams are NFC.
No, but I mean, the Rams and the Chargers are both very close teams to being Super Bowl contenders.
But the weirdest thing is this year, both of them could fall off for completely different reasons this year, could completely fall off.
Yeah.
Like, people might completely figure out the Rams this year. And Gurley's knees apparently are weird. And people are saying, like I said, Darrell Henderson, this running back they got from Memphis, kind of lower round pick. They said he's going to be good. He's not going to be Todd Gurley, no matter how good he is.
I think Goff needs a lot of work as well.
It's going to be teams. I think we saw what the Patriots did, completely shut him out in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
He got found out eventually, even after going 13-3.
And that's another thing. How are they going to recover from that? Because that was good God. That would take a hit on anyone's confidence.
That's especially Goff, because Goff is not a confident dude. You can see he's not a confident dude.
Because they put points up against everything they came against, and then nothing in the Super Bowl.
On us. And it's like they could get found out very easily. Then the Chargers have injuries. They've Gordon, who's going to probably demand a trade. Who has demanded a trade, I think.
The Chargers, if you just look at them, seem like they have everything they could need everywhere, but
they're all slowly dwindling away now.
Do it. It's just the Philip Rivers curse.
Especially he's underperformed. No, he hasn't underperformed. His teams have underperformed his entire career. He's the kind of fella you'd love to see win a Super Bowl.
He seems to just almost be there every year, but not quite.
That's what I mean. Like, he's gone last year. Like, last year was kind of probably more so his year 2 in it.
Yeah.
Because he's never had a team as good as last year at all, anywhere near it. He had LT before, but when he had LT, his defense wasn't that good. Their defense wasn't that good. So this year they're like, it's like Melvin Gordon's be gone. Eckler's good and Jackson's good.
If they can sort that out, but it doesn't look like.
It doesn't look like. It looks like he's gonna go. It's
another Le'Veon Bell situation.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't hold out whole season. I hope they get rid of him before the season starts, because I don't want him out of the league, because he's very enjoyable to watch. And then you have Keenan Allen, who's injured, but I think he's supposed to be in for week 1.
Even with Gordon, do you think anybody will take him
give him
the money he wants?
I think he could get the money he wants, but I think the Chargers.
Because I think it is just pure money problem, isn't it? It's not like he doesn't want to play with the team or anything.
No, he got offered $10 million a year. He said he's worth more. He wanted more.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long the contract was. How many?
Whether
years
he is worth more or not is a whole other thing. Because I don't think he's worth elite contract.
It depends. He's so young. That's the weirdest thing. You feel like Melvin Gordon's in the league a while. He's only been there 2 or 3 years, which is weird.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of thing of this will. It's the whole rookie contract shit, because rookie contract's up next season, I think, or season after. So it would be 3 or 4 years. So it's the kind of thing of, he might be the kind of fellow who needs to kind of go to the Patriots trying to get a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
Take the less money and just kind of try and get what you want out of it. Because like they say nowadays how much they devalue the running back, because they said like every team has at least 2 or 3 and you can just draft a decent one straight away. So it's like I can see him getting the 11, 12 million somewhere.
Yeah,
but
you can see both sides of the argument really, because you can see why he wants money because he sees what everyone else is getting, but you can see why the Chargers don't want to pay him.
Yeah, because they still have Austin Eckler and
because even when he was out last season, Eckler came in and did pretty much the same thing Gordon was doing.
It's like the two of them like equal him.
Yeah,
they can equal up to what he can do.
Yeah.
They're still nowhere near as good as him individually, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see a team. Like I said, like the Chargers probably want picks and a decent give back for him, and I can't see teams giving up anything to get him.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I don't see him being traded because I don't know if anybody has.
It's like he has to wait. I think. See, it could be a thing where he holds out whole year, like a Le'Veon Bell thinks he just doesn't want to.
Which would be really annoying, because I think it's very sad when players do that. That's a whole year of your career gone.
Especially for running back where you don't have that much time.
Yeah.
They retire the earliest because they get beaten up the most.
Yeah, exactly.
So, excuse me, it's a hard situation for him to be in.
Yeah.
It's just hard to see it. And then when you go away from football, then you still have, like, last year LA, basketball-wise, completely blew up this offseason.
Yeah.
Both teams are...
I mean, there was a lot of off-season moves in all of the NBA this off-season, but LA is arguably the biggest ones made.
They're
between the two
biggest
teams.
Ones. I can't see anything bigger than what they've done. Bar maybe the Nets, but the Nets can't touch what the whole city of LA has now.
Yeah, exactly.
And even we're trying to stay away from the whole California because there's the Niners, there's Golden State, but like they've still, like, California has been overly, like, I don't think they appreciate what they've had. Because if you're from California and you can pick the Lakers, who've been terrible for years, Clippers have been on and off for years, and you've Golden State won it every year. So you've always had a decent team, whether in Oakland, LA, or whatever.
Yeah.
And now this season, last year in LA, the Clippers were just a gritty team. They're like the Grizzlies from a few years ago. Yes. They had no star player.
If you look at the starting team, you'd think, well,
they're
an 8 really there, is
push.
There? Yeah.
They were an 8 seed, weren't they? 7 seed? 8 seed. They were in first round to Golden State, weren't they?
I think so.
So they would have been second. They would have been 7 seed. Because Golden State won first seed. They went 48 and 34, was it? 48 and 34, yeah. Clippers. And then even though LeBron was there in LA last year, he was injured. He only played 55 games and his team was horrendous. The young players didn't come up to what they were supposed to do at all, and they were all injured. Lonzo was injured. Kyle Kuzma kind of blew up out of nowhere because of all the injuries.
Yeah, so there's no one else there.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting to see how good they get with, obviously they've got Anthony Davis now.
Yeah.
Arguably,
that's going to be a scary duo to see, him and LeBron.
I'd love to see LeBron point guard and have him. Yeah. He's going to be power forward.
Although people like to say LeBron is positionless, so
I think they'd be shut up because it's not working.
It's a bit weird.
It's like when Brad Stevens said a few years ago that the Patriots, the Celtics don't have positions even though they do position.
Yeah.
So LA, the Lakers are remain to be seen. Like, Luke Walton was a horrendous coach last year, so they fired him. They've got Frank Vogel in. Remember, he was at the Patriots a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He was at the last team was at the Magic. He wasn't a coach last season. Season before, he got no job last year. He got fired from the Magic before because he missed the playoffs. So
who's their point guard? Is it Rondo still?
Rondo still, which is not well. You saw him. He's the kind of fellow who makes or breaks a locker room as well. So LeBron's gonna be fine. Like, Martin gets along with everyone. He's really
wasn't he getting a lot of scraps last year?
Yeah, Rondo's what Rondo does. Yeah, it's what he does. So he's.
I mean, you can't. You also say that he's a bad guy to have in the team because he'll dish to the guys, to the superstars on the team. So
it depends. Like, he's gonna get 10, 15 assists a game.
Yeah.
But you wonder, like, you hope.
On paper, he's the perfect point guard for them. I think.
It's just he's getting more arrogant with his age by the looks of it.
Yeah.
He just seems like, I don't care anymore. I've won my ring. I have enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like him and AD got on very well in New Orleans for that small while they're together there. Last year, the year before. And if Boogie wasn't injured now because he's got his ACL, that's another player Rondo would have had a relationship with.
But now they might get Dwight Howard, so.
I really hope they don't. Well, I don't know. I want to see LA do well. I want to see more, like, the way the league is paired now. Everyone's has equal chance, really, all the top teams.
Yeah.
And I think if I'd like.
When's the last time we saw Dwight Howard
be good?
Serious basketball.
I liked him. Oh God, serious basketball is a long time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I liked him with the Hornets, but then they got rid of him to the Wizards, which is the worst locker room in the whole league. They're horrendous. Whatever's wrong with the team is just disgusting. So he hasn't been. 2012 he was in the finals with the Magic, and he's never gone back there since. Who
did he go to after? Was it the Lakers?
Yeah, he went to Lakers.
And it was downhill from
Rockets, Lakers. Everyone thought he was in the Magic for his career until he joined Kobe in LA, which went horrendous.
Yeah.
So he went from Orlando to LA. I think LA to Houston, if I'm correct. Houston to the Hawks. Hawks to the Hornets. And now Hornets to the Magic. Not Magic, Jesus Christ. The Wizards was where he was. He finished last season.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we signed him. So I don't know how they're supposed to get mutual interest out of that. But I don't know, is he still a free agent? I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not.
No, I don't know either. I just know that the Lakers are talking to him.
I don't see value in them getting him at all.
I think they're just desperately trying to scrap for something to replace Cousins.
They're better. I think they're better off to leave McGee in there.
Is that who they have?
Yeah,
JaVale McGee.
And that's it.
I mean, I love him. So all they need is someone who'll get rebounds and blocks. To be honest,
which
because
is
they have
Davis.
Yeah. No, but I mean someone else who will.
Yeah,
because they don't really need a scoring center because they have Anthony Davis and LeBron who will do all the scoring. If you want them to or not.
I think a sneaky fella for them pick up by Joakim Noah, who's still free agent. Who I think is a fella who he's not going to score a lot. He's okay with Memphis when he came into the league last year again, when he was still getting paid by New York. Which is hilarious. But so I think he's a sneaky fella you could put in there just to fill in the spot for them. Especially just have him and McGee would share minutes, whatever, 20 minutes each game, whatever it is. And I think they're the kind of guys who are just there to hustle and get what they need done.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need. That's all they need.
That's the thing. They're not better. You can't really say they're better off with Boogie because you can't really say anyone's better off without Cousins.
Yeah.
But they could be better off because that's more ball for Davis and LeBron.
Yeah, and I mean Boogie didn't really work out for Golden State.
No, the injuries are going to seem like going to keep racking up for him now, especially if it's an ACL. We know what happened to Derrick Rose and all these guys who just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Like it took Derrick Rose 5 or 6 years after injury to properly play healthy basketball again.
Yeah.
So you'd hit and Cousins is older than when Derrick Rose was when he broke his
and it's
knees.
probably worse for a centre as well.
Yeah, because he has to rely on I can get up there before you can
and contact.
Yeah,
and
so
coming down heavy.
It could turn out horrendous for them that he's gone.
Yeah.
But it's such a make or break thing with him because it could be really good because he get even more. Well, no, it's not good for him actually. Anyway, it's not good at all because you can't. He helped spread the ball from Davis as well because you put it low into the post for him. Rather now the only player they have in the post is Davis because JaVale McGee's not a good postman.
Yeah,
down the low post. So you're missing a lot of that. So the Lakers, it's going to be and Kuzma. It's very. It's going to rely a lot on more. I think more so. Yeah. Like Kuzma's they gave up a lot to get Anthony Davis, and you really this is a make or break year for him because Anthony Davis is free agent again next season.
Yeah, I saw that, but he could
re-sign
with them.
Yeah, I think he's a player option.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It's not even player. I think he said when he signs with them, he has an option, but he's going to say no and go to free agency anyway.
No, to get a bigger contract from them, even if he does resign, probably. Yeah.
So it's like, but you can't trust any NBA players nowadays.
Yeah.
Before last season started, Kyrie Irving said, "Will you have me back next year? I want my jersey in the rafters." He left straight away.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's not.
There's just way too much money being thrown around, and the players like heart eye emojis. As soon as money is flashed around in front of them, they're gone.
There's no loyalty left in the league anymore.
Yeah.
Which is interesting for if you're a neutral fan, as not your team players leaving. Like the Bulls, we lost nobody. We don't have to worry about anybody leaving.
Yeah. From my perspective, I wasn't really hugely into basketball last season, and I had the Clippers sitting doing well enough, and I'm seeing all these moves happen, and I'm loving it just because everyone's flying around everywhere. And it's going to be a completely different league next year, and obviously I'm loving it because of all the moves the Clippers made. But it's going to be a completely different league now, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot better for neutral fans, but you can see why say a New Orleans fan is very 50-50 because they're freaking out because Anthony Davis left, even though we thought he would be there for the rest of his career. But then they got Zion Williamson, they got Lonzo Ball, they got Brandon Ingram, they got Josh Hart, they got JJ Redick. They got a lot of pieces that they might not win. They won't win this year, obviously not. I saw projections having them win over 40 games. I can't see them winning over 40 games this year. They're not a playoff team yet.
There's a lot riding on how Zion fits in as well into the league.
Yeah, you don't know where he's going to be. He's ridiculously athletic. He's heavier than any player in the league.
He's been destroying people who are much smaller than him. So.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's a lot requires him his health. Say if someone like him lost his knee, he's completely.
Well, he's got a new shoe brand deal now, so his shoes won't rip at least.
Hell,
so
ridiculous. Weren't they Kyrie's as well? I'm sure they were Kyrie's.
The ones that ripped.
Yeah, it was footing straight through it.
I have no idea.
There was some high brand that went through. So, the league's going to be so fun next year, and LA has going to have a big part of it because, like you said, the Clippers. Now you have out of nowhere. We kind of knew they were going to get Kawhi, but
Kawhi was kind of saying that Clippers is one landing spot for him, but then it kind of faded away for a bit, and then suddenly, bang, he's there.
It's because he's so quiet. Like people are just making up rumors because they didn't know what he was talking about, which is weird. I think he loved the fact people were just making up absolute bullshit.
Just and I think it was great as well that he was having private meetings with Paul George to be like, should we go here?
Oh, and like even Paul, like you see, like the sneaky things you heard. Like I remember the day after, there was an interview that happened. I think it was started last season of Paul George saying, "Yeah, I'm really close friends with Kawhi Leonard. We were talking about it. He helped me pick OKC." And you're like,
These guys are really close. They could end up on a team sometime.
And there was months ago no one thought anything about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, secret meeting. I went to a meeting with the Lakers, but I actually told them this, so you should tell them that as well.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's not. I don't.
But was there even like much traction in about Paul George even leaving OKC?
Sure, he signed it with 4 or 5 year contract with them.
That's what I thought as well. Because like I freaked out when I saw it, obviously, because Clippers is my team. And I knew Kawhi was possibly coming, and it was kind of getting more depressing reading more about it because he was going to other teams.
Back to Toronto.
And then suddenly, bang, he was there, and Paul George is coming with him out of nowhere.
I don't think there's ever been an off season where 2 MVP candidates went to one team.
Yeah.
Ever. I've literally Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were both MVP candidates last season.
And then like all the little solid pieces that we had that were possibly leaving the Clippers were all like, okay, we're re-signing, we're about to win a league. This is we're staying here.
It's just I don't even know it's credit to Doc Rivers, just the players for what they did last year. Because like all they gave up was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They gave up a load of fucking picks.
And Tobias Harris. We won't let that go.
Well, he left for the money.
Single
and hoping for he should hate his life because he left.
Yeah.
And now he has no hope. The Sixers are not winning a championship, so that's
he's getting money though. So
a lot of money. So like they lost Tobias Harris. Was it trade? It was trade deadline last season.
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe
because I went from Blake Griffin being my favourite player, then he left, to then having Tobias Harris kind of step up, fill his shoes, was then my favourite player, and then he's gone as well.
All they lost last season was him, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who he's going to be good, but I think he's only be good. Like he's kind of like he's not a two-way player. First of all, he's not good offensively, so you don't mind giving that up that much because you have Beverly, who's one of the most lockdown defenders in the league, definitely most lockdown point guard in the league, and then you gave up Danilo Gallinari, who's aging. He averaged 20 points a game, but I think that's only because of the way the league is going and points are just ridiculous nowadays.
And he was our main scorer, really.
Yeah, so you give up that, and you got back Kawhi Leonard and Paul George for the next 4 or 5 years.
Love it.
I think at least 3 years, I think, anyway. So they're winning now, but they're not.
And we still have Lou Will off the bench.
He got $8 million.
$6 million every year.
I think this is last season, last of his contract. Because he gave him $8 million guaranteed. Like he's $8 million for a year and just gave it to him straight away. Gave it to him.
Yeah.
Because he deserved it.
Because somehow they still had money left.
I don't know how. Again, that's like they're mad. Like Jerry West is there. That's who it is. So he built up Golden State and their contracts, whatever, and he went here and built up all their contracts.
Yeah.
He's underrated for what he's done. I don't think he's underrated. People say it, but he's the kind of fella like no one says it anymore. They say, oh, like these players did it well and they planned it well, but Jerry West has really put money together where he's supposed to.
Yeah.
So kudos to Jerry West and all he's done.
Yeah, the fact that those 2 huge money moves can be made, and then all the little pieces can also still be kept.
Yeah, they had 2 max spots and just got them straight away.
Yeah.
The first season they were available, took them straight away.
Good God.
You remember early in the season, people freaking about them not giving Tobias Harris a max contract in LA.
Yeah.
And
I was freaking out. I was thinking, what the hell's going on? We're like tanking.
Again.
Everything's leaving. And can we be good once for 5 minutes?
It's just they've gone so weird because they had the big 3 before, with CP,
Blake and DJ.
Yeah, so you wonder
that just didn't work.
You kind of hope that they're not going to have the same problems that time. Like they can't work together.
This is like an entirely different type of
because it's not a big man
as well. Yeah,
there's no big man, and you've got 2 of the top defensive players in the league.
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard's been 2 times defensive player of the year.
And I feel like the big 3 in CP, DJ, and Blake was a lot of flashiness as well.
A lot of egos in that. Yeah. When Kawhi doesn't talk, so if Paul George wants to talk, Kawhi's just going to nod along.
Kawhi can grind out a game. PG can grind out a game. Those guys couldn't really grind it out. It was either flashy play and you're dominating the game in the score, or you're being ground down for a loss.
Yeah. And it's like it worked out better for the player. But you know, like CP got worse. Not worse. He went into another situation with another ego.
Really, didn't he?
Yeah, and you know, like he's still a top 10 point guard in the league because he's still extreme. Like you see, he still has the moves. He still has the handles. And but it's just, he went from one situation with egos to another situation with egos. So it's he can't. He's going to be the fella who kind of wish won a ring, but he's never going to win a ring. Yeah. It's just good. That's just the way his season's turned out.
Just because he's been on awkward rosters, really.
Yeah, it's partly his own fault because people say it's my team or it's nothing. Like you can't.
Yeah.
And like you had when he came in with Blake and DJ, they were both young, and he still said this is my team, even though they're two budding young superstars coming into the league. And DJ's all right now. He's delighted now. He's gone to the Nets with Kevin Durant fucking.
Yeah, because he's good friends with them as well, isn't he?
Yeah, and they literally took slight money off their contract so that he'd get 10 million a year.
Yeah.
That's
the kind of stuff you want to see.
That's why they want next year Nets will only be alright. I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, because they've no Kevin Durant today.
Yes, but it's going to be it's going to be the first time that we've seen Kyrie Irving happy where he wants to be.
Yeah.
As a superstar player, because when he had the Cavs by himself, they were horrendous. They were the worst team in the league. He had nobody. Then he got LeBron, who he's not the main guy. So then he went to the Celtics, who's the main guy, but he's not a situation he wants to be in.
And even with LeBron, he was
still unbelievable
looking. Yeah.
And now he's got to a team where he has a year to just. He could average 30 next season. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Because he's just going to freak out because he's by himself.
Yeah.
So he's going to be.
Because D'Lo was. I don't know his exact stats because I didn't see much of him, but
80 points a game, 7 assists.
He was looking very good, and now you have Kyrie in pretty much the same position that he was in.
And the same team, they give him nothing actually. They give up Rondé Hollis Jefferson and D'Angelo Russell, who I miss, and he's one of my favourite players, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, and now he's gone to hell.
He could be disgusting over there. Klay Thompson's not there till February next year, give or take, because ACL. So he could be disgusting at the two spots.
The Splash Brothers.
So that's what I mean. It's just he could be turned out perfectly. So it's just LA,
which is another California team.
Another one. So
good God.
They have the Niners then, who could be hit or miss, but they're set up to be unbelievable. They've when you think of the superstars they have Antonio Brown in Oakland. They have Curry and all them in Oakland.
All the boys.
They have George Kittle, Jimmy Garoppolo, all them in Oakland. They got Nick Bosa this year in the draft, another top 2 pick. You have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, that's 6 or 7. LeBron, AD. Boogie's technically there.
Yeah.
And then you have, so that's 9 superstars in 3 sports. That's not including Donald.
Yeah.
Goff, all these guys there.
Jesus, Philip Rivers,
Keenan Allen,
Melvin Gordon,
Derwin James, who's injured might be injured for the season, which is sad.
Joey Bosa,
another Bosa, 2 Bosas in California. Yeah. And then you have the baseball where you have the Dodgers got to the World Series the last 2 years. They've lost to the Red Sox last year, so just remember that. They lost to the Red Sox. They have Clayton Kershaw, who's arguably one of the best pitchers ever. He's won the Cy Young, which is the best pitcher of the year, 3 times. He's won MVP.
Is that what that is? I've seen that tweet on the account at Tiesto Sport. Give it a follow. It'll be in the description down below.
This is the most baseball talk you're going to get for a while before it gets to the playoffs, probably.
No, but I've seen that tweet blow up, and I've been like, is that a player?
Cy Young, Cy Young is the best pitcher in the league, and that's the league. So he's NL. Okay. The NL is the league there, and so they've been NL. He's been NL Cy Young 3 times, which is one of the most ever. He's been MVP as well of the NL. They have Cody Bellinger, who's currently tied home run leader with Mike Trout and Christian Yelich at 41 each. The 3 of them are 41, which is disgusting, first of all. They have Hugh Jin Ryu, who's another pitcher.
Jeez.
Who I think he's leading the league in ERA, which is earned run average. We're going to be explaining because Luke doesn't watch baseball. We're in Ireland, and not a lot of people watch baseball. He's also
so for
Welsh.
all you watching or listening on Spotify and maybe iTunes soon, who knows, you can also get an explanation. Yeah,
so there you go. The ERA is earned run average, how much runs they give up a game per pitching. He's leading in that. They have Kenley Jensen, who's another fella who's one of the best closers in the game. He's very good. And then, of course, you have Mike Trout.
The most paid man in all of sports history.
430 million is a lot of money. The money in baseball is disgusting because if you didn't know, there's no salary cap in baseball. It's literally...
Where does it come from?
Sales, money...
But they can't be making sales anywhere near as much as all these other sports.
Well, that's the thing, they do. Like the jerseys, I don't know what it is. I don't know how they source money. It's big. I think it's because old Americans just put so much money into baseball now because they still want to hold on to being their past.
And maybe it's like owners. I just chant shit now because I don't know anything.
I
but like maybe it's
familiar.
owners don't want them to be as greedy, making as much money, so they put more of it into the team.
It's weird. It's like it's the worst advertised sport in America by far. Like
I
you have one of the most like even you know about Mike Trout about the money and everything. But even you know like he's been top 5. He's been in the league 9 years, 8 years in a row. Is it 8 years in a row? No, 5. No, yeah, 8 years. Mike Trout. Shit would have been. No, he's been top 5. Yeah, it's 8 years in a row since rookie season. He's top 5 in MVP voting. He's been the first in WAR, which is win over replacement. So, like, say he's a center fielder, so the backup center fielder, he attributes to, like, say 8 more wins compared to that player, which is a lot. He's led that 5 times out of 9 years. He's
basically the gap between him and his backup.
Yeah,
is bigger than any other
player in the league. The last 5 out of 8 years, he's never had.
That's a weird stat as well, by the way.
It's in football and everything as well, but baseball just so stat based. They focus on a lot more.
I feel like there is a lot of why is that even a stat?
It's about to come into it now. He's never had a batting average under 280, and say for a good season, you kind of say like 25%, like 250 is kind of the
Jesus.
If you get 250 or above, you've had a good batting season. Like he's never had below 280, which is ridiculous. His OPS has never been below 900, which is oh god. OPS is your on base plus slugging. So like say your on base percentage is say how many times you get on base. Like how many times you get pitched or hit the ball and you get on base.
Yeah.
Plus slugging is like how many at bats you have in a season, like your hits and stuff divided by at bats. So like how many times
I get what you mean.
How
many times you hit the ball compared to
how
many
positive.
times
How positive your hitting is.
You're there to hit
it. So OPS is that plus that, his slugging is so kind of like say very like 900 is ridiculous. I think the last 3 years he's over 1,000.
And you said as well his team never gets
been in the playoffs once in his career.
That's horrible.
He's the most under. You can't
and you can't really carry as one guy in.
You can't
baseball.
at all. Not at all. He's not the only thing
because you're not even like. As a batter, you're not even like the one guy batting for the team because there's so many different ones.
Yeah, like you could hit 4 home runs in a game and no one else could hit a run. Yeah. You could hit 4 home runs a game and no one's on base. That's 4 runs, and the other team get 9 runs.
Yeah,
you can't help it.
Yeah,
you can't do anything about it.
Good God!
So he's never had a team built around. This year he's probably going to make the playoffs this year, just about because the league is so close and divisions and stuff. But like for me, I think everybody says it. He's the most badly advertised, underappreciated, not underpaid because mother of God he's underpaid.
Yeah.
Like star of a sport. Like he's like he's literally the Michael Jordan of baseball. There's never been a player in the history of baseball who's been as dominant as him.
Yeah.
And like
and like everybody who knows, like people know nothing about sport know who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah, who know who LeBron James
people
is.
Who know probably a good bit about sport might not know who Mike Trout is.
No, not a clue. Because first, baseball is an awkward sport to get into. You either love it or you don't because it's hard to get into.
Yeah.
Because it is slow and.
I mean, to be fair, with me knowing everything that I would know about all the different sports, without you talking about baseball, I wouldn't know anything about Mike Trout.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Other than seeing his contract.
And that was only this year. He's been in the league 9 years.
Yeah. So and I would just then know him as that guy in baseball who makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah, and that's the saddest thing about it.
Yeah.
Because baseball is like, it's America's pastime, and it's like I love it, and it's still up there with their highest viewed sport over there. But it's just I don't know why. Like they have so many young players. Like they have him, who's still not even 30 yet.
Mm.
They have like Chris Bryant, Francisco Lindor, Mookie Betts, Walker Buehler's another LA pitcher. He's young, he's good. Javi Baez. They have so many good young players. Christian Yelich, Pete Alonso's rookie this year. Fernando Tatis Jr. Like Bryce Harper. They have so many players. Again, Bryce Harper, you know who he was unless you knew me.
I wouldn't have.
It's just so sad the way they've. I know this conversation was supposed to be LA based and it's gone to baseball. He's LA baseball. Mike Trout, he's with the LA Angels.
He is LA baseball.
Yeah, so it's just, and the man's only made the playoffs once, and it's just, he's arguably
in what, 9 years?
Yeah. He's arguably the biggest superstar in LA, alongside LeBron James. You compare him to sports wise.
Yeah.
Like LeBron's won MVP 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Like Mike Trout's won it twice because his team was so bad. He's been top 5 8 times.
Yeah.
Like even he literally is the Michael Jordan of baseball now, LeBron James of baseball, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you go sports-wise, he's on par with how important LeBron James is. Which is sad. And like that just shows how bad the state of the MLB is.
And do you think it's like just because baseball as a sport isn't really like as televisable as some of these other sports, just because it's slow and...
It's kind of that, and how much they restrict personalities. Like say pitching could take for baseball games go on for fucking ages.
Yeah. And that's another thing as well, yeah.
And they try to bring in like the younger kind of GMs and stuff, like try to bring in, they devote like for pitching clocks.
Yeah.
To bring down how long it takes. They try to really bring down the game.
I feel like that's another thing, like Jesus dog. To bring in a younger audience, speed the game up.
That's the point. That's what they try to do,
because like more entertaining.
Like basketball, back and forth, exciting the entire time, freaking out. Like so many things happen in like 20 seconds.
That's what I mean. I feel like it doesn't have like the entertainment value as these other sports. This is why it doesn't get as much coverage.
Yeah, that's the issue, because like it is a really old man sport. Like say you care, like say when a pitcher throws a ball, like a curveball, how it goes up and straight down. Like what they can do with a ball is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they're all. It used to be a case of you be fat in the MLB and just because you hit hard, you can get your place in the squad. Nowadays, you have to be able to field. You have to be somewhat of an athlete. But how will people know that? Because young people don't watch it. They have so many young players, and like I said, people could walk past Mike Trout in the street and know who he is.
Yeah.
You could walk past even normal basketball fans nowadays. Could walk past him, live in LA, and know who Mike Trout is, and he's the most dominant player in the sport for almost 10 years.
Very weird.
And it's just a shit situation that the baseball's in.
Yeah.
Because the only time really that the country freaks out about baseball is when the playoffs are on. That's I think their coverage of baseball, like on ESPN.
And I think that's the only time I ever really see it as well. Like even on social media, it doesn't get much coverage through the regular season. But then again, the regular season is really long.
It's 162 days.
Yeah.
But like even in the summer when there's no other sports on, people still don't care about it because it's so badly like there's no like funny ads. Or
the off season will be covered more in other sports than the main season.
Yeah, like I think it goes up. Like, the amount of media coverage goes up like 30% when the playoffs comes on.
Jesus.
And like say, I think the NBA is something like 10%, which is it's obviously going to go up anyway because it's playoffs. But 30% is a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the only time you see all these celebrities go to games. They talk about it.
Yeah.
They use all these baseball fans come out of the fucking woodworks just because it's the postseason. And it's not even bandwagoning because you can't get mad at bandwagoning in baseball because you're just happy someone else is watching it.
Yeah.
So it's just
Jesus.
So that's what I mean. Like when it comes to LA and Mike Trout, it's sad in my eyes because I'm such a big baseball fan. It's just sad to watch. Like it's sad.
It is sad to see somebody basically be the dominant force in a sport, but then like worldwide,
you know who he is.
Yeah.
The only thing you can say is at least he's getting his money.
Yeah.
He's getting more money than anybody.
He's definitely getting his money.
It's disgusting. Like, and then there's like, so yeah. LA's he's the kind of the weird spot of LA. While every other team's LA are dominant and they have all these few superstars. He's been a superstar by himself, and he's not getting what he deserves. So that's the saddest thing about it.
So the Angels and the Dodgers in LA for baseball,
and the A's are there as well in Oakland.
Are the Dodgers even that good?
The Dodgers have been the worst series the last 2 years.
Okay.
They've lost, but they've been the last 2 years.
No.
They're very they have the best. Are they the best? They're top. Yeah, they have the 82 wins so far this season. I think it's the most wins.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So they're kind of fellas, like to say Kershaw, who I said he disappoints in the postseason every year. Like he struggled against the Red Sox last season in the World Series, but they've got there twice. They've led the division 2 years in a row, maybe 3 years. Definitely 2 years in a row. They've been first in their division. So they get a lot of respect in LA because they've always been.
And actually, I've just thought of a weird way to segue now into soccer, in that when you think of the MLS, probably maybe only outside of America, one of the first teams you think of is LA Galaxy, and they haven't won the league since 2011. They've probably, I haven't looked at every season obviously, but I don't think they've even been up there close to the top teams in America since 2011, but they get more coverage worldwide than everyone else.
I'm sure they're one of the,
which is like complete opposite.
Teams. They're one of the highest profit teams in the world as well, I'm sure, in soccer.
Yeah.
They're up there with money. It's like when Beckham went there, they freaked out.
Yeah. That's another thing. See, he brought media coverage and everything with him.
It's weird to stay there. Like I think he built the MLS really.
Yeah.
Because it's gotten so much bigger over there now. Like they always all love soccer in America, but I think when Beckham came, then brought everyone else's eyes there.
Yeah. And it's another sport where LA dominates. Because
now anyway, yeah.
This year, LA Galaxy are now back in their third in the league at the moment, and I think that's probably mainly because of Ibrahimovic signing there last year. Because last year when he went there, he played 27 games and scored 22 goals. And this year he's played 21 games and scored 20 goals. So that's another big name signing, bringing a lot of coverage and actually carrying the team in LA.
Probably the biggest antagonist in world fucking football with LA.
So yeah, he's dominating, and actually he's brought the team back to third. And then you have the other LA team, which is just LAFC, who I think have been a team
2 years.
For 2 years now, and they got the playoffs in their first year and got knocked out in the playoffs. And then this year they've clinched first place in their conference with 9 games left. So they've dominated this year again.
And I'm sure Carlos Vela, who used to play for Arsenal years ago,
he plays there now.
Is now, and he's top. Him and Ibrahimovic and that fella, Josef Martinez, who they are. I think they're all the top 3 scorers. So LA have the top 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Fucking top leading scorers in the league.
And then LA has only been there 2 years, and they're dominating.
It's just so
much money. Which is the same as the Rams and the Chargers. It's very weird.
The way, it's like say this year now, if you include the NFL playoffs, the 2 LA teams made it. Looks like the 2.
Every team in LA is up there.
Yeah, they don't it's.
Apart from the Angels.
That's the thing. Like, say if you count this year as well, they could be the Angels are in a playoff spot, they're in a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Them and you could have the 2 LA teams in baseball get there. The Dodgers are getting there 100%.
Yeah.
Then in basketball,
you're probably gonna have those 2 get there.
Yeah, and the Clippers made it last year.
Yeah.
And then in soccer, you have the 2 teams who are going to make it this year. Yeah. In the playoffs. And the LAFC
is weird,
are
still already there. LA Galaxy are in the playoffs. I think they've clinched the playoffs.
I think they're third seed, so they're fairly safe.
Yeah.
So it's just the LA scene. Like they say stuff about Boston like being title town because since the start of the millennia, 2000 millennia. Is it?
I don't even know.
I think it is. Anyway, they've been no cities won more titles in sports than I say us, but yeah, than Boston, because you've had the Patriots and all them. It's like LA are trying to catch up again, like they did. It's basically back to again, like back in basketball years ago. It used to be LA and the Celtics all the time. It's like now it's the city of Boston and the city of LA are now the 2 dominant because LA fell off royal.
When you think about it as well, with LA falling off, it's weird that would happen considering like what LA is. Like it is money. Hollywood.
It kind of showed money can't buy you.
And it's just
league
California is just a state full of money. So it's weird that a team could fall off, but now all these new teams are suddenly there, and there's so much money there. Like, why is it taking so long?
I don't understand. I would almost say it's LeBron James. For so many years he's been talking about LA. He almost went to LA when it was the Lakers. When he went to the Heat, it was talk about him going to LA that time. So it's like he's piqued the interest in LA. He's piqued the.
And it is, I suppose, a lot of like superstars going to LA has brought it there, because like you said, David Beckham going to the Galaxy
in like 2011
has brought a lot of soccer to LA. So now they have 2 teams there.
Yeah, and then like they haven't won a title. There hasn't been a title in LA since I think maybe the Kings in 2011.
Jesus.
The LA Kings was the hockey team. They would have been, I think 2011 would have been when they won the last Stanley Cup.
And you can't say any player doesn't want to play in LA because
I think everybody
they probably all
want
to live there at least.
Because it's like I said, you already had the living there, and you had the Kobe's, you had all these people, and it's kind of when Kobe fell off, the city fell off for a couple of years because they won nothing. Because Dodgers haven't won in years, the Rams, Chargers obviously haven't won anything in years.
Yeah, because they weren't even there. So
yeah, the Rams won it when they were St. Louis in 99. So they weren't even in LA when they won it.
It is weird for the NFL teams to suddenly be in LA and for that to be so huge, because there's no real thing that would have attracted them. That's just seems to have happened randomly.
Yeah, there's not like. I honestly think it is trying to benefit off the whole. I think it's people don't like realize how much of an impact LeBron James has in sports.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it. Even though it's not been advertised that much he wanted to go there other than the last 2 or 3 years, I think he's a big reason teams have gone there. Because like when you go to LA, they don't have a rich football history at all, whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like the LA Rams, they were good. They had Eric Dickerson back today. I don't think they've ever won a Super Bowl in LA. So then, and the Coliseum's a shite stadium where they play. The Chargers went to LA even though they were in San Diego. They had a loyal fan base. They ditched them for LA. Like they had they've barely anyone turning up.
That seems like a kind of situation where it is just big money people have brought them to LA because there's money.
Yeah, I think when you go to LA, it's literally just money. They go to LA and fuck off again back to San Diego. Whatever. They just want to build their money back up. It's just such a weird city.
That's the kind of thing that I would have expected to happen sooner, just because, as I've been saying, there's money in LA. So they've dragged good teams to LA.
Yeah, it's I like the fact that, because I hate New York. So New York is like the three big cities kind of.
Yeah, they've died off in sports.
Definitely the biggest sporting cities are LA, Boston, New York, and it was for so long just Boston dominating all the sports.
Yeah.
Because you've had the Red Sox have won 2004, 2007, 2013, 2018 World Series, Patriots 2001, 2003, 2004, 2015, 2017, 2019. Is that right? That's six.
I have no idea.
6. Yeah, 2001, 2003, 2004. That's 3. 2015,
Are these fact checkable dates?
2017 and 2019 would have been when the Patriots won all their Super Bowls. So that's 6, yeah, I think. And then you had the Celtics won in 2008. The Bruins won.
Celtics used to dominate.
But they're weird the way they've gone since Larry Bird and all them left. They kind of had that one season where they dominated with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and all them.
Yeah.
So they had 2008. The Bruins won it in 2011. The Bruins again went to Stanley Cup playoffs last season. They lost to the Blues 4-3, but they were there again. So it's like, and then you had in between those years was the Lakers winning all them with Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah.
Like they won 5 in the space of, was it 97 to 2010? I think it was last time that they won. So they dominated basketball, but that's all they dominated. Well, the Kings won 2. It's just New York seems to be out of the 3 of them that fell off the most. They haven't gone back at all.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a lie again, because they won the Super Bowl and the Yankees. Yankees haven't won since 2007, 2009. Jeter 2009.
They've fallen off now, haven't they?
No.
Oh.
No, there's
I was literally only thinking that because
horrendous.
the Indians destroyed.
But they haven't won. They haven't won a World Series since I think 2009 is what I think is what number in my head is 2009. But like they haven't had a losing season in 27 years.
Jesus.
So
never mind.
But they haven't that's what I mean. Everything's like LA. It's like they kind of had the basis of like Boston was the only team that kind of dominated all sports, more than one sport anyway. LA dominated basketball, but struggled in other sports. Barred the Stanley Cup a bit. They had 2. Then New York's were like since say from 2010 the only city that's held it is Boston. Yeah. Well, LA's fallen off because they've won nothing bar the Kings, and that one year 2011 when you said Galaxy won 2011.
Yeah,
they won the same year. I think the Kings won 2011 or 2012 as well. So that one year, nothing since then. They've lost World Series in LA, everything.
Yeah,
Boston's won a.
Jeez, LA fell apart after 2011.
Yeah, New York's won absolutely nothing since the they won 2 Super Bowls. Yeah. So again, everything's slowed down, but Boston, and now it seems like LA are the team are poised because Brady's going out of Patriots soon enough. Bill is on his way out. The Celtics are in turmoil completely. You don't know what they're doing. The Red Sox are struggling a lot this year. The Bruins will probably be good enough again next year. But it's like LA is poised to dominate all sports and have at least for this.
It's Boston and New York's time to rest now for a while.
Yeah, for a bit. I think it's like it just moved to LA, which is weird because I'd like to go to different cities. But then again, you can't complain when one city just has all these superstars and these teams built around
LA
them.
has literally everything.
They will probably have the most televised games in every sport altogether next year.
The thing is though, do you think if the Patriots do fall off, would one of the LA teams be one of the teams to step up to it? I don't think they would.
It depends.
Maybe the Chargers, but I'm not sure about the Rams.
I think Chargers. I think last year was Rivers. Last year they has a chance to go.
Yeah, that's the only thing with the Chargers. Rivers.
It's like their defense is poised to go on for another couple of years, at least another 3 or 4 years. But their offense.
The rest of their offense.
Yeah, like Rivers is going to be gone soon.
Just Rivers.
Gordon's probably going to be gone, so there's another fella gone. Keenan Allen will be there, but if he's no quarterback and no decent running back, he's not going to be as good. Mike Williams left this year. He went to Terrell Williams. Terrell Williams went to the Raiders, which is still in California, but it's not LA. So it's Rams.
You just need to see with them this season.
You
Because
do.
last season they had one mega season.
They're a complete enigma last year.
Just
No one
depends
saw
on
it
if they
coming.
can do it again or not.
Yeah, because you had like McVay just freaked out last year, and all of them freaked out last year. Because you can bet on Donald, and I think he's the only player on the entire roster you can bet on.
You can say he's going to do it again.
Do it again, because Goff, I don't trust. Gurley, apparently his knees, but I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But again, it's his knees.
And the receivers as well, all of them just seemed like they were just riding the wave.
Yeah, like
none of them were major standouts.
No, the only the closest fella to a standout, who I think is the biggest potential nowadays in his career, is Cooper Kupp probably, because he's the youngest and he has
the connection with Goff as well.
Yeah, so you wonder, is Goff going to be his quarterback for the future or not, or are they going? They're not going to tank because they might tank accidentally.
Yeah, I mean,
and end up with the first pick anyway. So it depends because they can be figured out not very easily, but it just kind of decides whether is McVay really the next Belichick. It kind of depends on this season a lot.
There's so much in the NFL and the NBA and like everything really, where we just have to wait and see what happens in the season, because this is all just speculation at this point.
Yeah, but LA is ready for it.
Yeah, LA's just stepped up in everything.
Yeah, so this is
just in the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, so I think it says a lot that we can have an LA episode.
Yeah, I mean,
podcast, so.
That says enough really. We couldn't really do that about anything else.
I
mean, we could do it about the fall off in New York, for example.
I enjoy that.
Although the Jets, you don't know.
I like them.
Yeah.
I think that's for another episode.
Let's just not.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a New York one next. If you guys like the LA one, then let us know, and we could potentially do a New York one.
Or a Boston one, or both.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of next door neighbours. So. Right, that's going to be us done for this podcast. How long is it? Because you could see and I can't.
An hour and 3. That's a good podcast length.
Alright.
It's a good podcast
Oh yeah, remember at the start of this where we said, imagine we could keep both to 15 minutes and we have a half an hour podcast.
We were worried about Antonio going long. That was like 15 minutes. I watched the time for that one and I saw this go and I was like, I'm not watching time
We
anymore.
had Antonio Brown done and we were like, 15 minutes, cool.
So 15 minutes,
LA,
15 minutes.
blah.
Yeah,
Huge.
not a lot. It's because I do explain baseball.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching if you did get this far on the YouTube and listening on the Spotify.
We'll leave links to the Spotify in the description probably. Easiest.
There'll be links, for
everywhere.
Spotify and the Twitter in the description on the YouTube. And that's about all I have, I think.
That's all we have. As for now,
hopefully we'll be up on iTunes soon, but we're waiting for approval
Review
at the
or
moment.
whatever it
But I don't know. Apparently it takes really long with iTunes.
We're not going to abuse it in case they listen to this and they use it as verification. So please let us go on.
Apple.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you guys for listening and watching, and we will see you next week with whatever we decide to do next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.